Welcome to Journey to the Known. My name is Chris Cancilla. I am your facilitator here at Journey to the Known, where I will assist you in finding something out that you do not know. Well, what don't you know? If you knew that, then you would know it. What is Journey to the Known? Journey to the Known is strangities, oddities, and uniquities. Are those real words? I hope so, because I'm using them anyway. Strangities because the ability for somebody to create, fabricate, and articulate an entire other universe is probably a unique situation. I enjoy that. I enjoy creating new universes and creating universes that are basically just something in my own mind. How is that unique? It's unique because a lot of people like fantasy. I like straight, hard, cold fact, science fiction. Why is that? Because science fiction affords you the opportunity to become somebody else, to live in another world, to exist in another universe. It gives you the freedom to do things that you've always wanted to do and things that you've never been able to do. Science fiction is great. I used to have a t-shirt years ago that says, "Reality is for those people who cannot handle science fiction." I firmly believe that. Now, Journey to the Known is my walk through my mind. Through my mind as in, I will be allowing you to walk with me through these stories and through these universes. Let's take my 7-part time travel series, The Archives. When you watch in your mind while you're reading, when you watch the Archive series unfold inside your mind, you allow yourself the freedom to become a part of that world, to become a part of that universe. There's 7 books there. Actually, very shortly there's going to be 8 books. I'll get to that in just a moment. The 7-part series spans the lifespan of Benjamin Jensen, his professional lifespan. From the day he joins the academy to learn how to be a researcher, or he comes to find out that it's a temporal researcher, through his love, his life, his family, and friends. You get to meet all of those people and let them become quite endearing to you, by the way. And there is loss of life, there's loss of family, there's loss of love. There is a possibility that he destroys all of time. And not only that, but there's also a possibility that his son and the son of his best friend will take over for them one day. The 7th book in the series is a compilation of side stories of the previous 6 books. Each character gets their own unique story. The last chapter in that book is entitled Christopher E. Cancilla, where I get to meet, talk to, and literally have dinner with all of those characters, and it is a blast. It was the most fun for me to write because I got to experience it like I was actually experiencing it while I was writing it. Now, I told you there's 8 books. I have been trying to think how time travel got its beginning. How did somebody figure it out? How did it all come about? Well, a few months ago, I was asleep, and I woke up from sleep, sound asleep, and jotted a note into the email and send it to myself on my phone. So I woke up, had coffee, watched a little TV with my wife, and went down, sat down, and I saw that there was an email from me that I had no idea why I would send myself an email at 3:02 a.m. I started reading it, and I'm like, okay, what the heck is this? Come to find out that while I was reading that email, I started to remember that dream. And the dream was exactly what the book 1, The Archives Origin, book 0 actually. It's The Archives 00, and it's called Origin. It is how time travel got its start and who had a hand in actually making the archives what it became in the 7-part series, which was several hundred years farther down the timeline from when this book takes place. Some of the other interesting books that I've done are Colony 3, which is a story about a colony ship or a series of colony ships that travel to another place, which in this case was Proxima Centauri, to create a new life, a new section of humanity, a colony. They make it, Colony Ship 1, they make it perfectly, they land, they start setting up the infrastructure. Colony Ship 2 comes in, they land, they do everything they need to do. Colony Ship 3, hence the name of the book, Colony 3, is lost. They think they all died, and they just pray and hope that they died quickly and painlessly. We come to learn that they don't. They don't die. They land on another planet. They learn to adapt to that planet, and through sheer force of will, they become a piece of the universe that is good and wholesome, something that the universe has been lacking, and humanity fills that void perfectly. Another one of my favorite books is called Sorry about that. You probably saw that I paused it for a moment. That's because I had to sneeze, and I didn't want you to watch me sneeze. Another one of my books is called The Ultimate Thru Hike. The Ultimate Thru Hike is about 2 hikers who travel from the South Pole to the North Pole of another planet. And they do this because they landed on other planets. Humanity has landed on other planets. And because they didn't do a complete and thorough survey, people are injured, hurt, and killed. So they figured the safest way to learn about a new planet is to give it to hikers who do what they do best. They walk around. While they're walking around, they take surveys, and they hike from the South Pole to the North Pole. Our story takes up the very last leg of that hike, which is a 6-month walk from where they are dropped off to the North Pole, where they become a complete and total part of this world. They unite the creatures of this world. They unite the universe in a way that has never been done before. And the main character of this book, as in the main character of Colony 3, are females. And those female characters are based on people I know, by the way. I won't tell you who they are, but they are based on people I know. Their attitude, mannerisms, and speech patterns are really close to what I feel these people would be like if they were in the story. A few of the other side stories I've got is the Lost Earth. Lost Earth is a story of how a meteor, an asteroid, grazes the earth and rips off a large chunk of Africa, and in the process ignites the atmosphere in such a way that everyone on the planet dies almost instantly. Humanity is on the moon, Mars, and a space station. They rebuild and they repopulate humanity. they survive. How they survive, though, is kind of interesting. You'll have to read the book to get that. There are a few other sci-fi books, but I've also got some camping and hiking books. If you're interested to learn how to camp and hike, those are the books to read. My biggest, most popular books are my EDI education series. EDI stands for Electronic Data Interchange. It is the computer systems communications with each other that allows people to enter the information for a purchase order, and the computer takes over for that, sends that to the right company, and expects returns by not only a response saying that they are going to be sending it, but also invoicing and payments, and everything is done through electronics. This is not fantasy or science fiction. This is reality. This is what I do for a living. I'm an EDI developer, programmer, and I enjoy myself tremendously writing translation maps where I translate data from the outbound to the inbound, or the inbound to the outbound. And by that I mean I translate data from the X12 worldwide format to whatever they have internally for a database, whether it be a flat file, email, or for that matter, it could even be SQL or Oracle databases. Those by far are the most popular books for people to purchase and read, because I have received emails from CEOs, CIOs, and CFOs who had no idea what EDI was, purchased my books, and understood flat out exactly what EDI was. Well, one CEO actually contacted me through my email, which is in each book, and told me that they read the book, the fifth book in the EDI series. They read that book on an airplane going cross country to a meeting where they were going to be discussing EDI. He said after reading that book, he actually understood EDI. I laid it out so well for him that he was able to understand and talk intelligently and ask questions. The way he put it was, he goes, I asked hard questions of the EDI department, and it caused them to wonder how much I really knew. And I told them that's the reason I wrote it. For somebody to learn EDI and then become a part of the EDI department with just the knowledge of what was in those books. Now granted, it doesn't talk about any software or any programming or anything like that. This is strictly an EDI, what is EDI, how does EDI work kind of book series. There's 5 books in the series. If you want to buy just one of the books, I highly recommend buying the textbook called EDI, the Core. That will give you all of the information that you need to understand. And for a little while, I was doing tests. I almost got stung by a bee. Sorry, Ball. Sorry, y'all. That was kind of odd. In case you didn't know, I'm allergic to bees, and if I got stung, that would not be a good thing. You would see very quickly why I don't like bees. Anyway, back to the information. EDI, if you learn EDI and you become well-versed in EDI, you can become a valued member of an EDI department. These books allow you to become just that, a valued member of the EDI department, very quickly and very understandably. Anyway, I thought I'd let you all go, and I just wanted to give you about 15 minutes worth of this podcast. This is the first one that I'm trying to do, and I have no idea if it's worth anything. If you like it, let me know, and if you don't like it, let me know also. Give me some ideas on what would be a great way to improve it or increase it. If you want me to tell you about a specific story or make up a story, let me know that also. In the meantime, this is Chris Cancilla, author and everyone's friend from Journey to the Known. You have a great day.